coming up tonight on Primetime Local News. Father Gorman unveils their new fully built playground, and Lloydminster Council discusses a possible tax increase. Plus, our weekly edition of What's Happening.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Lloydminster's first draft for the upcoming municipal budget was discussed at council this week. The main takeaway was the proposed 4.5% increase to the municipal tax levy. This increase comes as the city looks to make changes to their operational goals for 2025.
Certainly the cost of protective services has gone up, and we heard from the community public safety is very much at the top of mind. 2 new RCMP officers are in the budget. Additionally, retroactive pay for the RCMP, which is totally out of the control of the city through our municipal policing service agreement with the RCMP. So those are costs that we have to bear. If the RCMP come to us and say they need new equipment, taxpayers bear that cost because that's part of the contract.
Lloydminster's capital projects were also discussed and their impact towards the potential tax spike. Mayor Albers speaks on the difficulty in making these decisions.
There'll be snow removal when required. There will be police out there. The fire department will answer to your calls. You'll be able to attend recreation facilities, cultural facilities, and enjoy the grass that's cut in our community, Bud Miller Park year-round. So this is one of the toughest challenges next to setting the actual tax rate for City Council, I believe, because it affects each and every one of us.
The city plans to wait until the new council is elected and will vote on the budget on November 25th. The new Father Gorman Playground had its grand opening this morning. Our Jackson Fontaine has more.
The sights and sounds of excited kids is back at Father Gorman. After just over a month of hard work, the playground at the school is back.
We got a new playground today, and we are so happy about it. Last time you were here, I think it was just a pit behind me. We were looking ahead to what we could actually achieve. Look at what's happened.
The old Father Gorman Park was burned down right before the school year, which brought devastation to the community. But with the bigger and better mentality for the new playground, the park exceeded expectations and will be a great way for all kids to have fun.
We've got some children that maybe have some specific needs as well. So the swings, for example, they weren't there before. We've made sure that there's an accessible swing. You'll see over there the ramp that goes up to the sensory platform, and then there's a buddy bus that goes there as well. So if you do have mobility issues, you don't just have to spectate. You can actually get on the equipment.
The park had many businesses helping out to make the situation go as smoothly as possible, which is why the park was able to be built as quick as it was.
The community came together and helped us do this in a really speedy way, and it was a great opportunity for the kids to come out and try it out for the first time.
And as you can see, the Father Gorman Playground is back up and running again. Jackson Fontaine, Primetime, Local News.
A GoFundMe has been set up to help the family of Lance Denoyer, a Lloydminster man and former MMA fighter who recently died in an accident. Lane Hoffert has more.
The money raised in the GoFundMe will go towards supporting Denoyer's 3 children. Renee Weinkoff, one of Lance's closest friends, wants to do his part in making sure the kids are taken care of during this tragic time.
All 3 kids are just beautiful kids. They're all young, and they're experiencing something that in reality nobody wants to. And they need someone to take care of them, and they need these funds because Lance is not here to do his part anymore.
Weinkoff says one thing that always stood out about Lance was his drive and ability to stay strong, both inside and outside of the cage.
When he got in the cage, he was insane. There was nothing holding that boy back. He had a future in fighting. And, it's a big deal because to have that drive and to keep going, it means a lot in a man.
Weinkoff believes that during this time of loss, those who knew Denoyer should share the good memories they have of him. Weinkoff encourages anyone who Lance impacted to come to his celebration of life.
The celebration of life for Lance is actually tomorrow, November 2nd, at the Civic Center from 2 till 4. Come celebrate what we had, the joy and the compassion that we've had of him. That's what we want to show. We're not going to be here to be sad. We want to be happy. You got some good stories to tell or some good pictures, bring them with you.
Anyone interested in donating can head to the GoFundMe page titled Lance Denoyer. The page is currently at $8,860 of their $10,000 goal. Lane Hoffert, Primetime Local News.
The annual festival is coming up next week, and the Vic Juba Community Theater is also busy over the next few days. Heather Klagas has more in this week's edition of What's Happening.
The Lloyd X has been a busy place this week, hosting Stockade Roundup. And coming up next week, a very popular event is taking place at the Lloyd X. It is Feastival. It's coming up on Wednesday, November the 6th, and this is a celebration of farmers in our area, the great products that they produce, teaming up with the great chefs here at the Lloyd X to produce some absolutely delicious meals. It's a gourmet-style food sampling event, and some of the items that are on the menu include lamb stew with hearty vegetables, Yorkshire pudding with roast beef and smoked cheddar, apple pie with caramel drizzle in a tart shell. I know your mouth is watering. For all the details and to get your tickets for Feastival, head online to LloydEX.com. There's a great variety of live entertainment that's coming to the stage at the Vic Juba Community Theater next week. On Tuesday night, it's Here Come the Girls. Wednesday night, it's The Hip Experience. And coming up on Thursday, November the 7th, Shayla Miller takes to the stage at the Vic Juba Community Theater. You may have heard some of her music on different TV shows like Heartland and True Blood. She has a lot of great country songs, and her latest album, it's a bit more contemporary, but there's still some country sounds on it. Her latest album is called After the Masquerade. And this show, it supports two local organizations, the Friends of Weaver Park and the Lloydminster Regional Theatre Foundation. So don't miss out on this great show coming to the Vic Juba Community Theatre. For all the details and to get your tickets now, head online, vicjubatheatre.ca. And there's still time for you to get a scare or two. A haunted house presented by Newcart Contracting. It continues this weekend. Admission, it's a donation to the food bank. This haunted house is going to be open nightly until November 3rd from 7 to 11 p.m. at Turtle Lake. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy. Oh, spiders.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
It was a busy Halloween night for some Lloydminster residents with lots of trick-or-treaters. Several people posted to our Facebook page, with one family getting almost 600 costumed kids, with others reporting almost 200, and some only under 20. We also asked for pictures and videos of your pets in Halloween costumes, with this first dog wearing wings. Many other people sent in their photos of cats and dogs dressed up for the evening. We want to thank everyone that posted their pictures to our social media. You can view all of them on our Facebook page under the name Stingray Pets and Weather Pictures. Just some adorable pictures to kick off the November season, and it's not the only thing kicking off November, because we had snow.
Absolutely there. I hope all those pets have winter jackets as well as Halloween costumes.
Yeah, they're going to need them.
Definitely, yeah, waking up this morning and looking out the window and seeing snow right on November 1st too. It's like
they couldn't wait.
No, they couldn't. As soon as Halloween was over, that snow rolled in here to Lloydminster. -2, but that wind making it feel like -7. We got 17-kilometer-an-hour winds here in Lloydminster and clouds covering up that sun. Now you can see throughout the region, everybody's kind of having the same thing. Lac La Biche and Vegreville, as well as Bonnyville and Provost, all feeling -1. St. Paul, Marwayne, Vermilion, and Wainwright all at -2, and Edmonton sitting right at 0. Now over in Saskatchewan, Isle La Crosse +1, Green Lake +2, Pierceland, Meadow Lake, and North Battleford all feeling 0, and Cold Lake, St. Walburg, Macklin -1, and Maidstone -2 degrees. Now looking at tonight's forecast for North Battleford, it's going to get down to -6. It will be a cloudier night, as you can see, but that wind is staying low at 11 kilometers an hour. Now tomorrow in North Battleford, it's only going to get up to +5, which for this time of year isn't too bad. Low clouds you can see covering up that sun and 20 kilometer an hour winds. So a bit of a windier day, a bit of a cloudier day, but nonetheless a little bit warmer than it is today. Now tonight in Cold Lake, it's going to get down to -5, but it will be a clearer night. You can see a few clouds here and there and only 7 kilometer an hour winds. So not an overly windy night and not an overly cloudy night, just a little of each. And Cold Lake tomorrow going to get up to +4. There will be some sun and then it will turn cloudy. That wind is going to get up to 15 kilometers an hour, so a little bit faster than it will be tonight in Cold Lake. But it shouldn't be too crazy yet. Now tonight in Lloydminster, -6, increasing cloudiness, 9 kilometer an hour winds, and a bit of a cooler night here in Lloyd. Now at 6 a.m., still going to be dark out there, intermittent clouds, -6. At noon, it's going to get up to -1, and it will be cloudy. That cloudiness will remain throughout, and it will get up to +1 at 6 p.m. And then at midnight, we can expect some ice, and it will be -2. Now let's take a look at your 3-day forecast for this weekend. Tomorrow will be low clouds. They may break with a high of 2 and a low of -3. Sunday is going to be a breezier day. The high is going to get up to 4, but the low will be lower at -4. Breezy, decreasing clouds. Monday, those clouds are going to thicken a little bit, but it will get warmer again with a high of 5, but that low is going to remain the same at -4. That is your first look at weather. We'll have more news after the break.
An author from Airdrie has written a new book that is currently available for pre-order. Stacey Comer has more on Dash Alman PI.
I have a special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Author Diane Bader is here. Diane is in Airdrie today. Diane, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Stacey. This is fabulous.
Well, we want to chat today about this. Looks just like an interesting book. I was reading a little bit about it, and even the cover is so quirky and fun. And it's called Dash Alman PI Volume 1. So tell me a little bit about this book.
I'm just going to hold up the cover so they can get a peek.
Perfect.
This book series actually started last summer. I moved back from Ontario back to Alberta, and it was just one of those. I was looking for something different to do, and I came across a publisher who was doing a cozy mystery anthology. And lo and behold, here we are 5 short stories later. And I was like, oh, this would be a fun thing just to do a collection of the short stories to put in a book. So it is 5 of these have already been in anthologies and 2 of them are brand new. So, and I'm working towards volume 2. So we're already 2 stories in, which is great.
And are all of these mysteries?
They're all cozy mysteries. Dash is actually a quirky little PI who lives on a beach somewhere. I never name where. There's, could be anywhere. And she has no filter. She just kind of reacts. She doesn't always think things through, but somehow things always seem to work out.
And you refer to it as a cozy mystery, Diane. What does that mean?
Cozy mystery just means there's no blood, no guts, no gore. I mean, there's mystery. There is this, she is a private investigator, but she's not the best private investigator. So it's just like a small town kind of mystery. Think Murder, She Wrote, think Monk, those kind of things. Monk's more big city, but the same kind of things. There's no blood, guts, gore on screen and whatever. And our hero is usually kind of on the quirky side and just a little different than the norm.
And where does the inspiration come, Diane, for you to write these stories?
Funny enough, like I said, I moved here from Ontario. I had been there for about 18 years, and moving back, for whatever reason, my brain got stuck on Jimmy Buffett songs. I don't know why. And there actually is an introduction and a thank you to Jimmy Buffett for the music and for the inspiration. And it was a tough day at my house when he passed, and it just kind of all went together. And Dash is a huge Jimmy Buffett fan. She lives on breakfast hot dogs from the local food truck. And if you've never heard of those, trust me, if you have to watch your cholesterol, just avoid them. And she just came about as this quirky person, just kind of muddling her way through life, not sure what she was doing next. And I kind of felt like that at the time too. So, she kind of became my alter ego.
And why did you choose the mystery genre, Diane? Is it something that's always appealed to you?
I've been doing puzzles and reading mysteries and all of that since I was little, but I never thought about writing them. And it was actually 2010, I came across a contest, and it was called Murder in Ink. They gave you all of the clues, all of the characters. You had to write 10 different chapters, all from the different viewpoints of different characters, which can completely blow your mind if you're a writer. But it was so much fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I won the contest. And I went, oh, well, maybe this is the path I should be on instead of what I was trying to write that wasn't working.
And now you alluded to the fact that volume 2 is on the way. So when will we see that?
Probably not until 2026. I have to wait about 3 months after the last story was published in the anthology. So it just depends on how many stories I can fit in there. I was traditionally published, let's go that way, traditionally published for the last 10 years, and actually just left my publisher in January of this year. So I have 15 mystery novels I am trying to republish, as well as a few new ones. Dash is a brand new one, as was Written in Stone, which came out in March, and I just won 2 awards for, which I was so excited this weekend.
Well, congratulations, Diane. And it really sounds like it's a nice lighthearted book, and you don't have to worry about I know sometimes, like as you alluded to in the mystery genre, it gets really gory and in depth, and a lot of people don't like that. So this sounds like it's really kind of the perfect combination. So I think it's something that people definitely will, see the appeal of. And unfortunately, like you said, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for volume 2. But if they do want to buy volume 1, where can they get it?
Right now it is on pre-order everywhere you can buy ebooks. It comes out November 22nd, and which is a good thing, because when I got my proofs, I went, oh, the font got really tiny. So I have to fix that, and it will not be teeny tiny, I swear. So that I have to fix, but it will come out November 22nd. So if you want to go to Amazon or anywhere else you buy ebooks and pre-order that, it will be coming out soon.
Well, Diane, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the awards. And we look forward. I know you said volume 1's just coming out, but we're also already looking forward to volume 2. So thanks again for chatting with me.
For those who are unable to afford a gift for their kids during Christmas, the Gift of Christmas Toy Drive is an option to help make Christmas special for a child. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Well, we have our first snowfall of the year, and so that means it's beginning to look a little bit like Christmas. And so we're getting ready now for the Gift of Christmas campaign alongside the Olive Tree. And I have Jana Thompson, the CEO of the Olive Tree, here to talk a little bit about the event. And so thank you so much for being with me today, Jana.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so talk to me a little bit about how long we've been doing this event and this drive, and where the idea kind of came from, and just a little bit about the event in general.
Yeah, for sure. This is the 44th year of the Gift of Christmas. The Olive Tree came alongside kind of Stingray about 8 years ago, so we stepped in to help kind of organize the program and distribute toys and all of those things.
Awesome. And so first of all, you guys, of course, are receiving a lot of gifts and toys for donations. But one thing about it that's a little bit different than most gift exchanges is that you guys hand out the presents in hand-knitted present bags. And so tell me a little bit about that, and all the volunteers that it takes to do that for all the toys you guys hand out.
Yeah, for sure. So last year we gave out over 1,000 toys, 1,004 to be exact. And so with that, we used to do it a little bit different, and we wrapped gifts, and we just saw there was a little bit more question about or unwrapping of the gifts because the parents wanted to see them. And so we got a group of ladies together, and they actually sew all of these bags. So they take Christmas fabric or fabric that's donated, and they sew different sizes for us. So it makes just wrapping the gifts a lot easier, and then it's also just easy for the parents to check on what the kids are getting.
And you mentioned to me a little bit before the interview, though, that on top of the donation of the toys for those fabric bags, that you guys maybe need a little bit of fabric help. So talk to me a little bit about that and the donations for that.
Yeah, we do. We've had to purchase fabric in the past, and I mean that gets quite costly. So we're calling all of the sewers if they have a sewing closet and have fabric kind of in that Christmas theme that they'd like to donate to us. We would love that.
And one other great thing about this program is that it involves all sorts of businesses in the community. It involves the schools. It involves lots of places where you drop off the toys. So talk to me about that and how the Olive Tree is partnering with all these businesses to help out all members of the community.
Yeah, for sure. And so we partner with a ton of different businesses for drop-offs in the city. This program, the toys get distributed to the LPSD, so Lloydminster Public School Division, and the Catholic School Division, and the Salvation Army. So by applying through one of those three organizations, they can get on the list for the toys, and then we get the joy of collecting the toys and packaging them up and making the family bags.
All right, perfect. And then final question for you is, if people want to get some more information about this program, where can they go? And the different types of ways of donating, because not everybody, has toys to donate, but if they still want to help, what ways can they help with this program?
Yeah, for sure. If you don't feel like going out in the Christmas rush to purchase a toy, you can give online through our website if you want to make a monetary donation. If you do want to shop, for sure drop off. We have lots of drop-off locations, so you can head out, pick up a toy and drop that off. You can also message us if you want to get involved in volunteering by some way, and you can check out our website and social media for all of those options and get more details.
And just one final thought there. Do you guys have any kind of guide about what toys to purchase and any particulars if people don't have any ideas for what toy they want to buy?
For sure. They can always give us a call and we can direct them in that way. Last year we had some unique requests, and we had lots of requests for art supplies or makeup for younger girls who are kind of getting to that stage in their childhood, and then also babies we were a little bit short on, so ages 0 to 2, just developmentally appropriate toys for them. And then teen gifts we are always short, and so if you have an idea, or if you have a teen and they have something they love, maybe think about purchasing something similar, and that would fit that niche.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Jana, about this great program.
Yeah.
And be sure to check out Olive Tree for all of their other programs as well if you would like to help out some of those people who are in need in this Christmas season.
Coming up after the break, our Lane Hoffert has another look at our evening weather forecast.
Welcome back. We're going to take another look here at your weather in Lloydminster. You can see -2 today. We got some clouds. That wind is making it feel like -7, of course blowing 17 kilometers an hour. Now throughout the region, everybody's kind of having the same day. A little warmer in Jasper there at +5, but Athabasca, Whitecourt, Edson, and Rocky Mountain House are all sitting at -2, Edmonton at 0, and Red Deer at -3. Now in central Saskatchewan, Meadow Lake and North Battleford are sitting at 0. Prince Albert and Melfort a little warmer at 8. Saskatoon at 6. And Cold Lake there at -1. Moving up north, a little bit cooler. Uranium City and Stony Rapids at -3. Wollaston Lake at -2. La Loche and Buffalo Narrows both at -1. South End Reindeer at -3. And Flin Flon at -6. Over in Alberta, High Level and Fort Chipewyan are at -4. Fort McMurray at -3, Peace River and Grand Prairie -2, and Slave Lake -1. Moving down south, Banff and Calgary both at +4, Lethbridge a little warmer there at 10, and Medicine Hat at 11, Coronation at -3. Now moving to southern Saskatchewan, Swift Current, Regina, and Estevan all at +9, Yorkton +10, Kindersley colder there +1, and Moose Jaw at +11. Now tonight in North Battleford, Going to be a cloudier night there at -6, 11 km/h winds. Maybe more of a cooler night there, and that cool night is going to continue through to Cold Lake at -5, though it will be a little clearer and way less windy. Tonight here in Lloyd, it's going to get down to -6, little bit cloudier, but that wind will be about the same as it is in Cold Lake, give or take a few kilometers an hour. Now, taking a look at your travel forecast here, in Meadow Lake, it is going to be -6, as well as in Bonnyville and Paradise Hill. Provost, -5. Isla Cross, -3 there. Low clouds to mostly cloudy in all areas there. Same kind of here. Mirnam, -5, as well as Wainwright. Pierceland and Unity, -6, and Calgary, -2. All with that same degree of cloudiness and those low winds. Now taking a look at your 7-day forecast, you can see we're in for a few cloudy days there. Saturday will be lower clouds. They may break +2 with a low of -3. Sunday, breezy with some decreasing clouds with a high of +4 and a low of -4. Monday, the clouds will be thickening up once again with a high of +5 and a low of -4. Tuesday, a more cloudy day, but breezy. It's going to actually get down to -8 on Tuesday. But as you can see on Thursday and Friday, it is going to get a little bit warmer there. Thursday, 9 degrees, and Friday, 8 degrees. So, yeah, we won't be having too many more cold days in a row yet. Still a few more warm days.
It is nice to see those warmer temperatures on the horizon with the snow on the ground today. So it is good to see.
Definitely.
And that is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.